Hello everyone, welcome to my channel IT Sector Tales. In this video, we'll be learning about if else, while, loops, breaks and continue keywords. So let's get to it. In Python, there will often comes time when you have some condition which satisfies and based on that you execute some code of lines. So for that we have if statements. Consider a variable x with value as 58 and a variable y with value as 79. So I have a if statement. If x is less than y, this is my condition. I end it with a semicolon and then I print something. I will print x is less than y. So I'm converting x to str because here I am using a plus operator to write in the print statement. X is smaller than and y. Again for y I have to use the str operator so that it is converted to a string. So I'll give it a run. So yeah, it says 58 is smaller than 79. But your condition won't end here. If this condition is false, you will have something counter of it in your programming code, right? So for that we have else statement. So if block doesn't execute, then else will execute. So we'll write print x is not smaller than y, or simply it's greater than y. I haven't used str because here x is used as a argument to the print function. I'm separating it with the text using a comma. So let's run this. It gives me the same input. Let me change the value of x. So it's greater than, so it goes to the else block. So this is how you can function with if else block. Now in this case you had only two scenarios. If the else block is executed, if won't executed, and vice versa. What if you want to check multiple conditions in your code? So for that we have if elif else block. For example, if I have a variable with name as with value as kit and I have a if statement here. If name is equals to Bob, end it with a semicolon, then print hi Bob. If this condition is not true, then check elif name is equals to Tom, end it with a semicolon, then print hi Tom. Again I have another condition. If name is equals to kit, end it with a semicolon, then print hi kit. If all of these conditions are not true, then by default print whatever is there in the else. So in the else block I'll be printing something like your name is not in the if elif block. Since my name is kit, so this particular code line should execute. Let me run this. Yep, so it only prints hi kit. If I change the name to Tom, it will run the code of blocks under elif condition of Tom. So this is how you can have multiple condition checks, and if any of the conditions are not satisfied, then the else block will print. This is if elif else block in Python. Often in programming you will have complex if elif else blocks. So we call them in the programming languages as nested if else. So consider the same example. Let me copy paste this entire if elif block. With name I also have another variable called age. It is a int variable. It has value of 12 for now. So if I have a age variable, let me have a if else clause in the code block which has name as Tom. So I will have if age is less than equals to 10 colon print Tom your age is whatever the age variable has the value in it. Okay, so let me have the age something as 8. Let's run this block of code. So it verified the condition. If name is Tom, this was true, so it printed hi Tom. And since it has to execute all the code of lines which are inside this elif block, it verified if age is less than 10. It was, so it printed this and it skipped the rest of the part. Let me have age as 88 and run this code. So now only one condition was true, the name was Tom, so it printed this line, but the age was not less than 10, so it didn't print the age. So this is how you can have nested if else block in your line of codes. There is something called as a range function in Python, which is used to verify whether a certain type of variable is in between two numbers, is in between two ranges. For example, here the variable x, whatever value it holds, the value should be between 0 and whatever value is there in y. Let's see it with the example. I have a variable x with the value 98 and variable y with the value as 152. Okay, and I will verify if x is in the range. So I have a if statement. If x is in range, this is how the syntax for range works, is between 0 and y, and end it with a colon, then print x. Okay, and if this is not true, then use the else block. In the else block, I will print x is not in range. Okay, so let's run this. So the range function printed 98 because 98 comes in between 0 to 158. It doesn't verifies it comes in is equal to 158, but it verifies whether x is between 0 and 151. Okay, so it doesn't include the last value in the range. This was the range function. You may also want to iterate through a set of values given to you in your programming code. So for that, we have something called as a for loop. This for loop will iterate through the numbers given in a range. So I will have the syntax as for a variable I, which is in range of for example 0 to 5, end it with a colon, then print I. Okay, so whatever is the value of I, it will start with 0 and it will go on incrementing the value of I by 1 till it reaches 4. It will not print the fifth value because range works that way. It excludes the last value here, what you have specified. So for loop, it executed and it printed the value of I from 0 to 4. What if you want to have increments other than 1? So in that case, you need to provide one more input to this particular range function. The input will be some number. Okay, so now I will be incremented in a fashion of 2. Okay, so first it printed 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, then it printed 0, 2 and 4. It incremented I in the increments of 2. Let me add a print statement to separate these two. Yeah. Next we have is another type of loop called a while loop. So while loop is very much similar to a for loop. In that also we will verify a condition. Okay, let me first create a variable called number and have a value in it. Then I will have the syntax for while loop. Use the keyword while and your condition number is less than equals to 5. End it with a colon and then do whatever you want to do with the result. So I will print the number before is the variable number. Now I will increment my number here. Number is equals to number plus 1. So how the while loop will work, it will verify whatever is there in this particular variable, it is less than equals to 5, it will print that number and it will increment the number by 1. Then again it will verify this condition and do all of these things. It will do this again and again unless and until this condition becomes false. Let's run this. Yep, so it printed the numbers which were between 0 and 5 and we had a less than equals to, so it also printed 5 unlike the previous example where we were in a range. So this is how the while loop works. There are two keywords called break and continue which are often used in these loop statements. So let's go through a break keyword. So let me copy this entire code for while here and paste it for break. What break statement does is, when you write a break statement inside your while loop, it will just terminate the while loop. Okay, so it won't print the entire iteration from 0 to 5. If you add a break in between when number is 2, it will just terminate your entire while loop. So let me add a break statement here. I will verify if number is equals to 2, then I will increment the number by 2 and I will break. Okay, let me have a print statement here to verify that our code doesn't jumps to this after executing a break statement. Number after is number, and a print statement after the while loop finishes off, print outside of while loop. So run this code. Yep, so it before the number is 0, forget this if block for a minute, it incremented the number by 1 and number after is 1. Then before the entering the while loop again, the number was printed as 1. After incrementing, it became 2. Again this if block was not executed. Okay, then I came back to while loop. The number 2 is less than equals to 5. It printed this before number. Now this if condition is true, so it will increment the number by 2 and it will break. Okay, so break means it won't execute these two statements and it will simply jump out of the while loop. My number is still less than equals to 5, but it will not re-enter the while loop. It will print whatever is outside of this while loop. Okay, so this is how the break keyword is used to just terminate the while loop in between if you encounter a specific scenario or a condition. Let's look to the continue keyword. Let me copy paste this entire thing. Instead of break, we will have continue here. Okay, and yep, let's run it. So what we saw is number 0 is printed and after incrementing it is also printed. Since if condition was not true, this was not executed. Again it moved through the while loop. Number before is 1 and after incrementing is 2. It didn't run through the if block again. Now from the while loop, since 2 is less than 5, it entered the while loop again. Number before is 2, but number is equals to 2. The if condition is true now. So the number is incremented by 2 and we hit a continue block. So continue block, what it will do is, it will just skip these lines of code, but it will again enter the while loop. So my number is 4 now and 4 is less than equals to 5. So it printed this particular block of code. So here I see the number before is 4 and this if block will not be executed because the condition is not true. It incremented it by 1 and printed the number after as 5. Again it will enter the while loop. Since 5 is less than equals to 5, it will print the before number, it will increment it by 1 and it will print the after number, that is 6. Again it will go to the while loop. Since the condition is not true anymore, the while loop will be terminated and whatever statement is outside the while loop, it will be printed. So continue statement just skips the current iteration, it does not terminates your loop. So this is how continue statement works. Hope this session was useful to you. If yes, please hit like, share and subscribe. See you in the next tutorial. Thanks. Bye bye.